guys, welcome back to another what if video. Today we'll be doing a what if Asta had lava magic. And I know I said it before in like last video or something that I wouldn't do any more new what if Asta series. I was to do part 2 and all that and continue those. But I got a request for this one. I just want to make this. Then for the other request I will put them on hold. But you can still give me a more like deco requests. So yeah. Because, well, you can give me requests on Asta too, but you keep in mind that they will take some time before they come out due to like the lack of parts, like continuing parts under my what ifs. So yeah, now here we go in this new what if. Let's start it. We began when Asta Juno is brought to the church. It will play out the same as in canon until they are like 15 and get the grimoires, but I will make the story kind of explain a little bit more of the story, like how Asta got there. He will have unknown parents, well, except for his mother. We only know that this mother was a human, but we don't know who his father was, because yeah, that's kind of part of the story, that you don't know who the father of Asta is. He's the unknown child. He is the unknown child. He's the child with an unknown father. Hence why he will get those weeks. Man, I'm hungry. Sorry for that, but yeah, I'm really hungry now. And then the story begins when well, we get to a drunk guy fight. As Yuno's pendant gets stolen when he's 6. Asta runs in and saves Yuno, punches the guy non-stop. He will be stronger than in canon now, as he would have started training earlier with his muscles. But he will have a lot of mana. Everyone can sense it, that not even Yuno had enough mana to... Like, they could sense Yuno's mana, but they could sense Asta's mana clearly, like it was a lot more than Yuno's. But he haven't unlocked his magic. So they start to bully him for that. Say like, even though you have a lot of mana, you haven't unlocked your magic yet. Pathetic. As Astis took those hits, like, didn't show any like reaction, to not make them satisfied, but in secret he was mad at them, stored up his anger, as he could feel something dwelling in him, and it was growing when he got mad. As now he was 6 after he saved Yuno from that. Yuno said, "But why?" I said, "Because we're brothers, right? We're closer than most of the others that are biological." Yuno said like, yeah. And so yeah, then also they said, "That's why." So then we skip ahead to when they're 15 to get the grimoires. As everyone looks at Yuno when he gets his 4-leaf clover grimoire. As for Asta, he will get a 3-leaf, no, he will get a 5-leaf and a 4-leaf. The 5-leaf will came through the wall and break, so I want that to keep the same as in canon, but he will only be able to use the sword, not like anti-magic yet, at least for now. As to start to like, and in this the grimoire won't be as rough and like dirty or anything. It'll be kind of clear. It would be like grayish with black black 5-leaf clover. And then for the 4-leaf clover it will be a bright one with it will be a lava colored one, as everyone will be surprised to think that it's some sort of fire magic. But it's kinda is and all that, but still not, as it will have a golden 4-leaf, as the 2 grimoires start to merge now. As it will turn out to be like a ash or colored like around the the red. In the the corners, all that, it will be grayish. As for the clover, it will still be golden, with and then around it will be a black, surrounded by black. So yeah, a black 5-leaf covering it in the shadows, kind of. Yeah, I wish I could show you a picture of how it is, because that's easier to explain. But since I can't, I try to explain as much as I could. I just grab the grimoire and just walk out, not even saying a thing to anyone. He straight up walks out. The people at the church didn't know what to do or think, because they never saw Asta's grimoire, and they never thought that Asta would get the grimoire since he haven't gotten any medical attribute yet. As he couldn't even open his grimoire, Asta tried to open his grimoire, but he couldn't do it yet. For some reason, he couldn't open it. Yet it shows him. So he just walks out, and the reason why he can't open his grimoire yet is because, for one, he doesn't need a sword yet, or for two, he can't know what his magic is. I have that saved for later. And now we go back outside of the Grimoire Tower when Juno gets attacked by the nobles. Juno easily takes care of them, but then the rogue mage appears and tries to say, no, we can't have you destroy that grimoire of his, can we? And so now, he would just chain the nobles to the walls, grab Juno's grimoire, and he was about to leave. Then we see Asta standing right in front of him. As when he tried to do everything, he wasn't fast enough. He gets kicked up in the air by Asta, and lands slamming on the ground. Knocked out by it. As Asta grabs his Uranus grimoire and throws it back to Juno. Not like taking care of it at all. Then it says, pathetic. To get your grimoire stolen on the first day. Pathetic, Juno. You should be ashamed. Then he just walks away without saying a thing. And he starts training for all those months, 6 months, till the Magic Knight's entry exam. As he still haven't unlocked his magic, as he will get furious about this, like, why haven't I unlocked my magic yet? As to when he says this, he will feel that energy again that he felt whenever he got furious. As then he would just sprout wings. I was like, huh? Finally something of my magic. But it won't be something of his magic, it will be his nature, like what he could do, something from it that he got from his father. And it is, yet we don't know if it's a devil or a fallen angel or anything, or what it is. And so just fly around. Then it was time for the 6 months training. He has walk to church, even though to say that I'm leaving. He left a letter to them that he left for an entrance exam. As they will be like, what? As they wouldn't really care about Asta since they really didn't like him at all. They thought of him just as a burden because he didn't unlock his magic or anything. Then they realized that he will probably get crushed by all the people there, and realized that finally he understands his place in this. As Juno just starts to walking away now. As he didn't catch up to Asta at all. He didn't see Asta for all of 6 months, and not until he got to the capital either. Because Asta would have been there already and registered his grimoire as fast as he could, and was in the arena already, as no birds was near Asta at all. As his mana was pulsating around him, creating a force field so no one could enter it, no antimatic birds will get near him at all. Really, as Nero would see this and be intrigued and wonder who he is. As then Juno walks in and sees Asta. Asta didn't really mind him at all, he just kinda slept, not really, but he will have closed eyes and just focused on thought about other things. Juno sees and just leaves him alone. Even though Asta had the wings, he wondered what those were, but he didn't ask Asta about them at all. And then the others would start walking in. then Asta wouldn't walk around or anything. Well, he would start walking around a little bit. Then he was walk right into Jamie. Jamie said, "Do you want to die, kid?" As Asta now looks at him with that look in his eyes, that he's tired of people at saying this, looking down on him, even though just because he's short, but still, they're looking down on him. Then he releases his mana on Yami, as Yami will start to crumble a little bit, like be taken back a bit, because that mana was stronger than his mana. And then he just leaves the kid alone and said, "You're lucky, kid." Leaves us alone. As now the captains would enter, and now they would then Jan wouldn't notice us the swings at first, because then we get to the magic flying exam. Where Asta now, instead of taking a broom, he just throws it away, like, no thanks. And then starts to fly with his wings. The captains wouldn't be surprised that they thought that he had some wing magic, maybe. As then for the other parts, he won't be able to create anything at all. He won't do anything. He will just do nothing at all. Then for the cover-up portion, now we skip ahead to that quickly. He will be challenged by Seki, Bronsasko, I don't know. The ha 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 guy. You know, ha ha, blah blah blah, ha ha. So yeah. So now, they would start a fight, Asta and that, like, and the ha ha guy. So battle, as I said, it will start now. And then suddenly, Stan Asta would easily dispel. He would unlock his sword now. He would open his grimoire for the first time ever. Well, he could open it, get the swords out before in the training, so he got that 6 months training with the swords guy. Then he opens his grimoire, takes out the sword, and blitzes right towards the guy and just destroys his defenses. Then Fiona will say, "Wow, that's some quick and speed enhancement." Jan would say he didn't use magic there. He said, "What?" He said, "No, that was just raw strength. That kid is just incredibly and built." Captors would all see this as they wonder, what is he and how? As then Asta would just use his wings and just fly away from the arena and just land on the other side, kinda standing alone, so no in the shadows. And then it comes to Yuno's match. Yuno easily defeats the noble. So yeah. As now it came for the selections, Asta would just hear his number 1. No hands. Asta would be fierce, clench his fist. The captains would see this. Then Asta would look at how fierce in his eyes, with that fury, raw fury and a madness against them, and anger. Then his mana would start releasing more and more, like it was just pulsating out of his body now, like giant waves. Jan would sense this and be like, "What is gonna happen?" Then the waves got more intense, and more intense and more intense. As they keep looking at Asta, then the wave would just stop. Then for so what did it do? Stop or something? Run out of mana? But no. Then just feel the heat coming from them, and they look at Asta where Asta stood, as they saw a volcano starting to form under him. As Asta kind of got thrown up in the air. No, he would raise up in the air, kind of like, because he stood on the middle of the volcano, so he just flow up. And then Cat would see this and like, what? As then the arena would start to melt, as magma and lava would start to spit out of the volcano. Asta would see the volcano and look surprised, but not really, as he felt that might be his magic fight. Then said, "But who is using this magic?" As then The characters just don't know what to do, as they. It's not also with a sense that his magic, it's his magic. Then he opens his grimoire and he sees, huh? He won't see anything yet. He would just couldn't open his grimoire. It would just be a lockdown for him again. He would select, put the grimoire right back into its place, and so then he stands on the volcano, looking at the captain's furious still. The volcano raised up, so now we were in the eye on a high eye height to the captains when they were standing. The captain stood up immediately, thought this was a challenge or anything. The Quiz King would sense this mana and go there immediately to check it out. Then we see the volcano. As when Asta then it was time. Asta finally snapped. All his mana, all his anger let out. As Yama could sense all the anger stored up in him, and curiosity. As he'd be like, what has this kid been through? As then the lava would start to spit out everywhere. All the examinees just ran out. Whisker would see this and thought that they needed to stop him, but he couldn't get nearer to him at all. Then, suddenly, after a while, as the young would sense that his reach wasn't done at all. He still had all that anger in him, but then it was sensed that Asta's life force started to fade away. Like that kid's life force, he's about to die. Then Asta falls down right into the volcano. He felt like that kid is dead. He couldn't save him. It didn't really bother at all because no one wanted him. There was no hands for him. Asta falls down. Yuna sees it and said, "Asta, no!" As when the smoke clears, the volcano disappears, but the heat slowly starts to disappear now. Then Whiskey must calm down and shake. Where Asta thought to be, they wouldn't find anything at all. But then they could just sense that his mana wasn't gone at all. If not, it was just increased. As then Yam would sense his key again. The life force wasn't drained away, it was full. Then we sensed his emotions. It would still be a lot of fury. And then we sensed something else. Trickery or something. Then he senses, but where can then he looks up in the sky and tells points at the capital cities, and they must all look up. As the smoke up there cleared, they would see Asta with volcanic boots around him, with a fierce look in his eyes. Stan with the wings there too. Burned, not scorched by the magma. No, he won't have magma boots. He will have magma colored wings. There were some points at it. I thought, what? Then Oz just looked at him and the stone just flew away. Like, they're not worth my time if they don't recognize my strength. The whiskey must follow Asta. Asta would sense this and was ready to fight. He had opened his grimoire and takes out his sword. Or has it ready to be taken out. Then the whiskey decided to fly in front of him and stop him. Asta just draw out his sword. Just attacked the whiskey. Whiskey said, "Why do you attack me?" Asta said, "Is it obvious? You was about to attack me too, for what I did there." Those idiots deserve it. I finally had enough of all those people. They don't recognize strength when they see it. Then he just takes his sword now and attacks them like the whiskey, like fast. The whiskey was barely able to dodge. He was surprised by this because he could see in front of time, but he couldn't see Asta's movements in the future at all. He'd be like, what? Why can't I predict his moves? Instead, Asta like it was he dodges, but then it was just that would just be a disguise for what? Not a disguise. It just be like a trick for Asta, so Asta could escape now. He was continuing flying away, leaving the capital behind, far behind. He just flew to the north. Then when right when he was at the border of the Grand Medic Zone, he would just fly down and rest for a while. As the captains didn't know what else to do, they thought that if he goes rampage or finds like a terrorist group or anything, we're dead. We're definitely doomed. If he gets that medical control, he could easily destroy the capital. As then was to feel something else. There were volcanoes erupting everywhere for where Asta went, as he would use this medic now to destroy the country. As Liquid sensed this too and then called on Captain. As he would assess his instructions like, looks like the humans finally turned on themselves, huh? He'd say, finally would say, yes, they finally did. But still, I'm curious about that kid. What is his magic, really? Managed to create that thing, spat out lava. What is magic? Liquid say, I've never seen that magic before. I don't know. Stanley was look at kind of whisking the side. We need to get Asta we need to get that kid under control. He can't destroy the country anymore. As when they flew towards Asta they were easy to find Asta because there were volcanoes leading to him. Because he placed like volcano seeds like kinda when he flew away. He wanted them to get near to him. As when they got near, they realized that the volcanoes got bigger and bigger and higher and more ferocious and dangerous. As when they got where Asta was, they would be the biggest one. And it would be just as big as the one in the Grand Medic Zone, like the grey area. No, in the zone where they trained in the cannon, the strong medic region. That volcano will be just as big as Asta's. No, Asta's volcano will be just as big as that one. As they were seeing this, and Asta's sitting like in the air, like flying. No, hovering over there. And said, it took you long enough. And then looks at the captains with that fear in his eyes. Clenching his fist, magma spits out of the volcano. Lies on the ground. Instead to see that he didn't hurt. It was no villager, so we didn't hurt anyone really. Did he do that unconsciously or did he do it with purpose? Then he would say, so why are you here? I knew that it would come after me, but still. Why? They said, we can't let you destroy the kingdom. And said, destroy the kingdom? Why would I do that? The only thing I want to destroy is you. Then he says, you walked right into my trap. Then he clenches his fist as volcanoes appears around the captains and magma spits out, so they wouldn't be able to escape. You also think like crap, we're in a trap. As the magma is about to hit the captains now, it just stops. Asta said, huh? Really? You thought I would kill you? No, I want to make it that easily to kill you yet. Because I'm furious, and I guess you know why. And it's like, it was because you didn't get into a squad selected by any one of us, huh? I said, yes, even though you could sense all my mana coming pulsating from me. As I have it under full control, but that is something that I was born with, my mana always pulsating. And even though I have full control of my mana, said, my mana's always never unlocked my medic. Until now, guess this is my medic, huh? Be able to create volcanoes, that's some pretty strong magic. Still, you did nothing. You just sat there when it happened. So, guess it's time for me to perish from this world since I have nothing else to do here. Then it flies up to the sky. As the captains didn't know what else to do, as they were trapped by as they were see Asta, but he couldn't do anything. Eels couldn't do anything at all. He said, crap, I can't see what we'll do next, he says. Asta was like, I guess it's because of my magic, huh? Blocking your future shading. Then he said, well, you won't need to see my future for longer. Then he jumps, like flies down, skyrocketing down into the volcano. As then he'll see something. Like he will have good supervision, so he'll see something. He'll stop. Tear up in the eyes as the characters would see this and thought, why? Then Asta fell down to the volcano. Now, they thought as he would be presumed dead. As when after a while the volcano started to disappear, as they wondered what he saw. As then they saw someone running towards the volcano. As when it was more clear, they would see Asta's body intact, but he was passed out, thought maybe dead because of all the heat. As they would just sense it and be like, no, he's alive. Then the kid just ran towards Asta. No, it wasn't a kid, then the person just ran towards Asta. Check if he was okay. But he couldn't breathe at all. Then Noelle say, what are you doing here? She would just say, don't mind me. Save him. Please. She looks at him like a begging. As though for that. Does she know him or something? No, he wouldn't say that at all. She would just no. She wouldn't see Asta at all. At all, actually. As they would just take Asta to the capital now, trying to heal him. And so they thought that they had an emergency meeting with all the captains, and thought that we can't just let him be. If he wakes up and all that, if he will still be mad at us, really mad. As they thought that, but how we can't select him into our squad? They all think like that. Then Volcano and Yum said he can go into my squad. They were like, what? They said we can understand the Black Bulls, but we don't understand why. Still, the Black Bulls. You won't be able to handle his emotions. If he gets just a little bit angry, you know what could happen, right? Yum said, yes. Then we look at Volcano, and Volcano said that seems to be some sort of fire magic. I might be able to taught him how to control it. Then we'll be like, yeah, but still, guess we're all gonna have an magic entry exam just for him now. No, they would say, no, we won't create a new entry exam just for him. We will just raise our hand and say out that we want him. Yes, Dave said, no, that seems that he got his magic, seems that we should actually accept him, since all his magic and what he can do. Otherwise he might betray, otherwise he might do something against the move, do a move against the kingdom. Then the doctor would run in and say like, he's waking up. Let's come to us, put it like, oh shit, not already now. Then we'll look at each other in agreement and say like, we all need to raise our hands. As they walk into Asta, check how he is, they will see that he was still. Then Asta just sees them when he wakes up. First thing he sees is the captains. He'd think like, where the hell am I? Then you see the captains now. He'll be furious. They could all sense his mana changing and start to pulsate. And then his facial expression changed quickly as well, to furiosity. Then let's say that then Jack the Ripper would raise his hand. The purple orcas would raise their hand. As Asta would be like, huh? Then the others will raise his hand as the other captains start to raise all their hands. I was like, huh? What is this all about? The Jules would walk in and say, seems like they all want you on their squad. I was like they want me. They're doing that so I won't destroy the capital again. I tell you what, I won't join a single squad of yours. You don't deserve me. You just want me so you can presume that power for yourself. You just want to make sure that I don't destroy the capital. You know what? You're not worth my time. As now just activate his wings as they they always see that the wings was they tracked it and not on him when he woke up. Then his race states out of the bed, take out his wings, then it flew right through the door and creating like a hole in the door. A burn marks off it, as they would see that the wings was had where the wings were, they were like the door was burned right through. And I'm like, crap. Then we see Asta flying away, staying outside of the, else they would know where Asta went. They said that they warned all medic knights about him, that if they ever encountered him, retreat immediately. As the medic knights would process like, why would retreat for a commoner? They said that commoner has the power to destroy the capital. Besides, he hates medic knights apparently. And then everyone was like, what? Why does he hate us? As they Asta will be brought into the story later on. Now we go to the Black Bulls, where Noelle is losing control of her magic now. Yes, we are brought to that as she loses control of her magic. It creates a giant water bubble. She gets trapped in it. Then Yam and all the other Black Bulls will sense this and go out. But before they could do anything, Yam just tell them to stand back. Now. I'll be like, why? As then Yam said, just do it. As he would sense something. It's like, it can't be. Why is he here? Why now? Then Asta was seeing Noelle again, as it was the second time he saw her. Yes, that would be the reason why he cried. He saw Noelle. And yes, this will be an Asta X Noelle one. Because those are the popular, kinda like, I keep it kinda similar to canon, but still not really. And Yam said, like, as Yam was looking at Asta, where Asta, he could sense Asta's mana. He wouldn't be able to see anything, but he would be able to sense the mana coming here fast. And then it stopped right in front of Noelle. Since he didn't have a black magic knight's robe or anything, he has to use his magic to create a little volcano around under her. Yam was about to go out and stop her, but then he sensed something from Asta. He didn't want to harm her. He just created a volcano and then just made it an eruption so the mana would disperse, like the water would evaporate. As Noelle was falling down, he just catch her and let her down and said, "Are you hurt?" She said, "No." She just looked at Asta and said, like, "Who are you?" But before she would get an answer, Asta would flew up and fly away. As he looked at where Yami was, in furiously, and created a volcano to make a sign to Yami and said, "Stand back." As then he just flew away. Yami would understand his warning and stand back for a while. Then he walks out. And then Noelle walks back. As Asta would observe see this in the distance. As like, so she's the part of them, huh? Makes it a lot harder for me. Then the flies away. Then she asks, "Who is he?" As Yammer said, "That's Asta." Still say like, "Asta who?" He said, "We don't know his last name, we only know him as Asta. He's a dangerous person. We can't capture him at all. Since anything that makes him mad gets his mana even stronger than before. He has the power to then said, what? What do you mean?" Then says, whenever he can create volcanoes, he has the power to destroy this entire kingdom, if he so desires. But it seems like he doesn't. Something's holding him back. And it seems like you might be that person, or something that connected to that. And she would be like, "What?" She would get not red in the face. She would run out, "But why? Why did I save a complete stranger to him? As then we switch back to Asta's perspective. He's like, why did I do this? Why? Damn it, I need to learn to control myself. I still sit back in the lava region now. We're rested. Like, train a lot with the magic. As you meet Meroleona one day. As he does look at her. As she would look at him. Because she would have heard the news from Fegolian. And she would be kind of interested in Asta. And try to Asta to see her. Like her hairstyle and everything. She would get furious. She would see the fear in his eyes. Then before she could go any closer, he would create a volcano, blocking her path. She wouldn't be bothered to come near him at all. She'd be like, what the? It's kid threatening me. Really? Really? Are you gonna threaten me now, kid? Huh? Then she tries to challenge Asta. Then she dodges the volcano and goes to Asta anyway. Asta would stand up and said, I warned you. Oh, this is the last time. I'll leave now. Before the stuff gets real ugly here. And she smiled, said, oh really? Asta would say I said leave. As he sends out his monologue, knocking her back to through so she would get kinda not knocked out, but she would just thrown back at the wall. How volcano in the volcano crater. And she would be knocked out. And then when she woke up, she would see Asta flying away. And she would just look at her and furious at her. She destroyed his home. Kinda. But she was like, why? Then she contacted her brother immediately and said, I was in contact with you know who. Seems like he lives at the volcano region. He would okay, leave him alone for now. Don't track him at all. Then she yeah, I no. Then he said, can you send a doc? She would say you didn't try to. She would I tried to fight him. He said, you idiot. He has the power to destroy the capital. And you tried to challenge him. You fool. Idiot, you reckless sister. I said, fine, I'll send the doc to you. And then he tells Julius about this, and Julius sends the doc over. As immediately heals her. As he would just sense Asta stand flying up in there, high up in the air, just looking down at him, but he won't be able to see. As he looks up, but he won't be able to see anything at all. As then just end up leaving, Meroleona leaves. As she ends up leaving a note for Asta, saying, I'm sorry. As we fly down and see this note, I'm like, huh, sorry for what? Then it was continue reading the lab, I'm sorry for intruding on your home. I was like, bitch. He wouldn't say that, he would say, really? You don't mean it. You're just afraid of me, trying to make amends for everything you did, intruding on my home. Then it was continue training now, as they had just Meroleona and the doc just got out a kilometer out of the volcano region. As they all would sense that it was eruptions now, not from from magical force. It's so he's back there. The priest looking back at Asta. As then would sense that around the volcano region it would come up volcanoes now, blocking the path for anyone to go in there, except if they didn't fly. They showed us see that also the volcano in the middle just started to grow. As they all could see this, as they decided to report, stand back and watch, as then they saw the volcano erupting, filling the alleys between all the volcanoes with magma as they cooled down to stone now. As they went back to the capital, and did a report to tell what happened exactly. As Sukuna said, at least you're alive. As then we switch back to Asta's perspective. would just stand there, staying in the volcano, training every single day to get stronger, to get his magic under control. As he finally becomes able to open his grimoire and sees lava magic. Huh, finally. Unlock my magic, finally. Finally. He kinda smile. A sinister smile. He's like, finally. Then he gets a new spell, one of the spells called eruption. As he would be he would be able to create eruptions out in without doing that, because he just needed his create a volcano to make an eruption. But this one he said eruption, then he would just see that the volcano in the region there already started erupting. Then he stopped the spells like impressive, so I can in volcanoes that I haven't created on my own, I can make them erupt now, huh? Yeah, well. Looks like this gotta be fun. Instead, it will be a couple of days later. It will be a couple of days after Meroleona has left the volcanic region and all that. So it will be the day for Noelle to get her mission on that in the village. Asta would sense that she wasn't there in the Black Boots area anymore, because his money would be spread out for the kingdom, so he knew everything that was happening. As his mother told him everything, then he sensed that she would be in danger soon. He started to flee so he get there in time, just in case she needed help. As when they got and do switch back to Watson there, Magnus' perspective, as they hunted upon the boars and walked back to the village now to give the report, as they would see that they missed as they walked to the town's square, and everything, as Ostwood says, that it's like, not yet, I can't interfere yet. Stan, Stan, Lewis walked there. Lewis looked, as Noel would have a feeling that someone was watching her. She just looked up in the sky, wouldn't be able to see anything, because Asta hid in the clouds. He would be able to see everything due to his mana pulsating out, so he would have sense everything. Well, he disguised his mana with releasing mana as well, so it wouldn't be like waves to give away his location. Instead, the ice mages would start attacking the villagers as Magna explodes them. The girl just tells Noelle to ask for her to help them, as she has the crazy sea dragon's lair. Instead, she didn't know what else to do. Asta would soon realize that soon he had to step in if he wanted her to survive. And then how should I explain this? Yeah, and the ice mage just freezes the bubble. Asta sees this, as now Magnum will get knocked out, kinda almost dead, in the bubble. And I'll be like, no, and if anyone is here, please help us. Asta flies down. Nick punches the ice mage, knocking him back right through the wall, like right into the church, gets knocked out immediately. Takes out his sword and knocks that others out. Then he grabs all the mages and throws them up in the air. Then he grabs the mages and leaves. She would be like, what? Then Asta lets one mage go and said, tell the story. He drops one mage down to the ground, as it's the same mage that escapes in canon. Then she would, outside of the village, Asta would create a volcano, as Noelle would see this, that he creates a volcano, and then she didn't know why, but Asta threw the mages in there to burn to dust or anything. As then he would fly down to the village, sends the magic stone, pick it up, put it in his pocket where no one else saw. Then let's go to Noelle and ask if she's okay. Well, no one else would hear us. He would just grab Noelle, flew up in the air, holding her and ask if she's okay. Like kind of holding her, like, yeah, I don't know how you should call it, but yeah. She should say yes, but then she was about to ask, why did you? As Asta didn't answer, he would slide down to the ground, leave her there, and left, fly away. And she would be like, surprised him, like, kind of weird in the face, like, why does he always save me? Magna was woke up now, and she would say, are you okay, Magna? He said, yes. Then the village chief would have woke up, the village chief was be dead and all that. So yeah. As the medic knights would arrive now, because they could sense that they needed backup, because Noelle would have called for backup as well. As the others see that the situation was over, but Noelle was kind of in shock still. As they asked her what happened. Let's say that it was Noelle that came to help, together with some other. Yeah, it was be Noelle. He would ask what happened. She said that he came. She would just look kind of surprised and shocked still. He came and saved me. I don't know why. As he would be like surprised, like, wait, you have seen him before? She said, yes. As she would just sit down and tell the story about what happened exactly and why, and then that Asta stepped in, took the mage and then just asked if she was okay. Then straight up left. It's like, it's just like before. Then Nostal would be like, oh, okay. He wouldn't know what to do, said, but well, at least I know that you're safe. He would just pat on her shoulder and be like, at least we know that he doesn't hate you at all. Seems like he only hates the medic knights, captains maybe. Then he would just say, then she would say, no, he looked fierce when he looked at my robe. And all that. It seems that he still hates medic knights, but something is with him that makes him protect me. He would be kind of worried about this, and it's like, why? Why does that guy protect my sister? Even though he was kind of grateful for that, but he still would be wonder why he does that. As we switch back to Asta's perspective, he would say like, why did I do that again? Seriously, why do I always protect her? Why? I still don't get a feeling in his chest, like a hard feeling in his heart, like, why? I still get right in the face. It would be like, it can't be. Then we realize, like, damn it, in with her, of all people. Why did it have to be her? Even though she looks just like him, she looks so much like that guy. As he would refer to the Captain Noelle. Then he would remember when he cried, and that then was remember the fall down, as he would have seen her before. He would be like, why did it have to be her? As he would kind of smiles like, well, it seems that I found the one that I will have to protect for eternity. Not eternity, would say. It seems like I found the one I should protect. As then they would just go back, give the report to the black bolts and all that. As Jan is kind of weird now. It's like, wonder why he interferes with our mission and why he interacts with you and of all medic knights. But he didn't really bother at all. Later next week, it'll be the dungeon arc. I don't know, as this will be a side story kinda. As where Noelle gets into, as we switch back to where Luck doesn't run off, because it does, instead of Asta being there, it would be Noelle, Magna and Luck. As Luck gets straight orders to not run away, otherwise Jan will just kill him. Luck listens to this. As they meet up with the Golden Dawn, they wouldn't say anything at all, because they knew that they needed at least 2 squads for this dungeon, as they, like the Wizard King said that he would send the Black Balls too, like, because they needed to be there. as they will sense the diamond merge would attack at the treasure hold still, hold that as they kinda knocks him out at first as he gets trapped. Then when the done is about to when they get in the treasure hall, loots the place. The Mars attacks again, hurting Noelle. Asta sensed this as he was kind of floating around there, as he sensed Noelle getting hurt. Badly hurt. It flews there immediately. As now, from Al's perspective, they try to get out of there as they see Noelle getting hurt, as Mimosa tries to heal her. As then was here a crack, something just getting destroyed, like above them. And the fact, what is happening is the Daniel falling apart or something? No, but no. They was then the roof, they was here that it came closer and closer. Then the roof would just break. When the dust cleared, it would be Asta with his wings. He flew down to Noelle. He would look at Noelle and see that kind of smile in his inner, not have like a face, like emotionless expression on his face. He was realized that he needed to thank Mimosa later for healing her. Then he just looked at Mars, furious in his eyes. As Juno would see Asta and said, Asta! Asta looked back at him, fury in his eyes, like, don't say my name. He wouldn't say anything. He would just create a volcano right in front of Juno to make a warning, like, you're not deserving of saying my name. Juno would be like, what has changed? Then he would remember everything. That all the villagers, everyone in the village at the church would have spoiled Asta for not being able to use his magic. Even though he had a lot of mana, he would bullet because he didn't have a medical attribute. As he would realize that he did that too. He would realize and said like, what a fool he was. Then Asta now, with Asta's perspective, all he focuses on is Mars now, looking furious in his eyes. He doesn't create a volcano, he just flies up to Mars and punches the guy right into the face, sending me flying right back, like through the walls, as Mars would see, everyone would see this, and Klaus would like, what the? Then he would have heard the rumors about what all the captains warned everyone about. He can't be. Juno said, it's him. He was like, it's really? He said, yes. Then he said, crap, we're doomed. Then Noelle said, no, you're not, as she tries to raise up. As Asta looks at her and said, lay down, rest. As no, he would just look at her, just kind of trying to focus on that. Instead, Asta pauses the fight and flies down and just puts down Noelle and said, kind of in the conditions like, meaning like, lay down, don't drain your energy. Then he flies up and goes to Mars now, furious in his eyes. As the magma starts to drip, as the heat around Asta grows, his wings will start to change. They start to drip magma from them. Then his eyes turns to magma, then his hair starts to be like fire around him, as it will be his full volcano mode. Yeah, I will call it volcano mode, because yeah, it'll be his furious mode. As then he creates a giant volcano under Mars. With his but first he will grab his grimoire. Asta just throws it in the volcano and destroys it. Everyone seems like, what the? Then Asta has destroyed the diamond mage armor and dispel the heat of Asta's volcano. As Mars gets closer to it, his healing magic disappears. Noelle realizes what he's about to do and said, no, stop it, that's enough. Asta would just look at her, kind of wondering in his face, and then he decides, oh well. Then he drops the guy down to the ground, like from high up. He breaks a couple of his chest bones. I don't know. He breaks his rib. some bones in his rib cage. There's legs as well. Then he decides to dispel the volcano as they thought that his grimoire was destroyed. But no, it was steel. It wasn't. It will only be sealed with his lava magic. With a lava stone. Like sealing it so he wouldn't be able to open it. Then he flies to Noelle. Creates a layer volcano and said that he said, show the spell to her, only her, as she would just read it. As the other said, is he gonna kill her? He said, no, let him do this. As she would just read the spell and said, healing volcano, huh? He just uses it and heals her immediately. Then he grabs her, raises her up, and then he was sent something from the wall. He goes to the wall and kicks it open. And is in there for a while. They wonder what he's doing. Then he comes out with a smile on his face as he got the other sword there. Something else called him. On the other side of the room, he flies there immediately, kicks open the door, sees a scroll. As he touches it, the grimoire reacts. He would be like, huh. Then he flies away, right for the where it came from. Well, as everything is about to corrupt. Then he starts to getting destroyed and the roof falls in. He just decides to grab Noelle and Mimosa and flies up as the others be like, what? He's just leaving them behind or something? Taking them hostage? But then he was decided to dodge and fly up. But before and this was before they got up, as he was thank Mimosa for healing her. Then he was looking and was like, see you later, kinda like. Then he flies away now, again. Noelle look down, look back at Asta, like, look where he's flying, is like, where is he going? Why does he always get up saving me for some reason? As Mimosa would want that too, and be like kind of flustered that he just thanked her, all that. The one that everyone is afraid of, saved them from the dungeon. As the guys would just come up and ask if they were kids, say yes. As they were, what did he do? Said they decided to not tell him that he thanked Mimosa. He just took us out of here and then it's left. As they could still see Asta's magma dripping a little bit. No, they would see that he's let some traces of Asta's magic as he just flew away. Kind of watching over them. As saw the diamond would just leave. As then decides to break the seal on his Mars's magic grimoire. Not yet though. As the smoke guy would have sent grab Mars as the dungeon is about to collapse. Then you sense that his response he's brutally beaten up. It's a couple of rib cages bones are broken and other bones are broken too. Then we see as grimoire as it was sealed away with a stone, kind of blocking it. I'm like, huh? Then he tried to break it and I think he couldn't. As when he did, he got just burned. So like, damn it. As Mars wouldn't woke up, he would be in a coma. Kinda. Then Ostis decides to just break the stone on the grimoire. Then he would see then smoke means where see the stone breaks. Then he sees a text appear in front of him. It's like, if you ever try to hurt the Cloud Kingdom again, I'll kill you. No matter what anyone else says, you're dead meat. As then it will show a volcano, like kinda an image of volcano, kinda. Well, a silhouette of volcano. As we clear that, he's the volcano. You get that nickname. As after this, also decided that he can't stay in the volcano region forever. He starts to watch over Noelle in a Black Boss hideout. As when he gets to the capital, also wondered if he should go there or not. He just flies high above the capital, watching over her. As all the medic knights would have sensed, the captains would have sensed that Asta was there. Decided not to do anything, because they said that he didn't have any hostility towards them. There's something he's watching over. No soul will come immediately fought an attack, So no, she's coming to the capital now, huh? He would just go to the Witch King and tell him about the incident with Noelle and Asta. He was like, it troubles me to don't know what he will do. But it seems at least that he found something that he wants to protect, maybe. He would sort of be like, yes, it might be that. Don't worry, I will make him join a squad soon. Maybe not join a squad, but he'll help out the squad a lot. And as you guessed, it will be the Black Bulls. As they would see that Noelle is talking to the Wizard King now. As Wizard King said, oh well, guess I gotta go meet them now. As for Stan would just look up to where Asta was. As for warning to not try anything stupid against him now, he would get the volcano right in front of him. Asta creates a mini volcano. And for the Whisking was surprised him like, okay, I understand. And then it takes away his look from the sky, leaving Asta be. Volcano then disappears. As now though everyone else would have come there. As then was talk about what happened in the dungeon, that Asta grabbed two things from there, we don't know what. He went into 2 rooms with a smile on his face before he left. As they would tell everything, exactly detailed report on what Asta did. Then Juno is kinda looking down, sad, as the Whisker said like, why are you down, Juno? Why are you down, Medic Knight? He said. And you, that guy, I know why he is furious and all that. It's kinda my fault. Whisk can be like, what do you mean, your fault? Then he would explain everything. Juno wouldn't look down at all. He would kinda try to hide it. Whisking in the sense that he did hide something, but he thought that it might be something that he doesn't want anyone else to know. As when he was about to ask, he would get the volcano again, right in front of him. As everyone would be surprised and feel like he must be here somewhere. As they would get kinda scared, Noelle would say then Whisker would say it's fine. He won't hurt anyone, and as long as she is here. No, as then he thought that it's fine, he won't hurt anyone. As if thought silently and said, as long as no one hurts her. As he made sure that no one would hurt her. Some things will happen, so Asta will end up going into the castle. Yes, now they quite to like banquet and all that. As everyone would just look at them, but they wouldn't say anything about the dungeon yet. Well, they would comment at the dinner dining when they died. As then we get to where Solid will drop the water on Noelle. As he does that, everyone, after he drops that, Noelle would ask, why, Noelle? Why Solid? Why did he do that? As when she says that, everyone sensed this monarch coming fast and furious at this intent. Noelle would look at Noelle and said, what have you done? Like, you summoned him. Of all people, you made him mad. And so he would just look at Solid and said, you're doomed. Noelle would sense his monarch too and say, like, he's here. And then she would think like, so that's why. She would think like, okay. As earlier, we get to like a flashback. Solid would ask, and Noelle will come to the capital. He looks at Solid and Nebra. Whatever you do, don't do anything towards her, or we all will die. They will be like, why? Said like, because I said so. Solid didn't care about that at all. He said he must be joking or something. But then the window just broke. As the world too, as Asta arrives with his wings out. As the Medic Knights would be shocked and was thrown back a bit when of all the winds coming from Asta. But Asta would control it so no one wouldn't get hurt by it. Or Mimosa by that part. Well, he didn't care about Mimosa now. He just look at Noelle like, then just look at Solid, fear in the eyes. Noelle would realize why. Why, and all that she didn't really mind it, but until she knew what he would do. Then Asta walks up to Solid now, grabs him by the head. Asta will be short, but he will still be able to grab his head because he was flying. And was about to create a volcano. As then start to burn him on places so he gets burn marks. Noelle would have said, "Stop! That's enough!" Asta will look at her and say, "Why do you protect someone that does this to you?" Then she said, he's my brother. Yes, Asta looks at her and says, "It's fine." Then is frozen and solid back like into the wall. Not knocking him out, but get badly hurt. Then he looks at the others like someone else went around. Some like snotty nobles would like, "Really think you can stand up against us?" Then to Capris, what the Western said, "That's enough. Don't engage him." Asta said, "It's fine. Those guys won't listen to you." Just how that salt guy didn't listen to you, no soul. Then he gets fierce now, creates volcanoes. Outside of the capital, not in the capital. And it's like, if you don't back down. As he saw the captain was ready to attack Asta, then Asta creates volcanoes right in front in the capital and said, "If you don't let me go now, without doing anything towards me, I will kill the civilians here. And believe me, I don't want to, but I have to if you don't let me go." They'll be like, "Fine, you have your way, leave." As Asta left now and flies above the castle, keeping a close look around Noelle with his mom and all that. As she'll be like, they all would be like, "Phew." So then we look at Noelle and say like, kinda like a thanks for you being here. She'll be like, "Huh?" As then the attack on the capital will happened. As they realize that, crap, is he attacking us? But then the sun will stomach create like a stone thing. As they would get a model of Asta just hovering above the castle, 100 meters up in the air. They said, "No, it's not him, it's something else." As they was all ran out. So yeah, as Figolian and Leopold and Noelle takes the same path as in canon. They meet up with that guy and attacks the capital. Asta creates some like a lava rain that kills the zombies. As when the mages got out, they would see that medic knights got out. They would see that lava raining down on just the people that got infected, that they're attacking, just burning down to the ground. As they be like, "What?" Then would see that the corpses, they were his corpses. They'd be like, "Huh, why is he helping us?" Then we look at Noelle, like, "Yeah, it's her. Yeah, it's a lot of something about her. It makes him protect us, maybe." As then we switch back to where like Figolian and the others were. Asta didn't drain volcano there since it might hurt Noelle, but others he didn't really care about. As for Figolian and Leopold and Noelle, those kind of like Noelle and Leopold would fight against the mud like monster thing. As Figolian with a spell against not refuge, what is it now? The Samba Mage, what is it called? What is it called? Yeah, but you know what the mage are talking about, the corpse mage, yeah. And she easily destroys all 4 of them. Then Figolian gets captured by the mages, like in the portal. Asta sees this, doesn't really care, so this serves him right. Then the other mages would appear like I've made it sound as he would sense. Asta would also sense that the medic knights has disappeared. As a portal was near him, tried to get Asta out of there too. No, it wouldn't be able to reach him. as no one would sense him there, as they thought that the magic emitting from like the castle that was coming from the king, but it was emitting from Asta and all the time, as the only magic knights knew that. Not even the Golden Dawn captain, because he wasn't there. So yeah. As all the Eiffel Sun tried to attack Noelle again, as then we sensed something coming in high speed towards them. As they just feels the wind coming. As they stopped in the high and just blowing the wind just through the wind force, as they all just be thrown back a bit. Then just look up in the air and see someone just flying with black wings, and you see his eyes. There's fury in them. Then you also Leopold kinda get knocked back by this. And then the portal will open, he will see Figolian. He is also decides that he needs to grab Noelle, gets out of there, but he thought about some things and learns that she won't leave with Figolian there. Or Leopold. As he decides to grab Figolian and Leopold and Noelle, as he puts them down on a safe place, then he flies back to the mages there. As he looks at Noelle and says, do what you can. I don't really care. Do what he said, do what you want with him. I don't really care about him at all. So then he flies back to the mages like, you tried to hurt her. He wouldn't say anything, he said. He would only say, you're dead. Then he creates a volcano and said, eruption. As would start to spit out lava against them. They would try to dodge the most of it. And then he would sense a spatial mage. He would throw lava to the pile of corpses. As the spatial mage had to dodge it. That was awesome. Like, so there you are, huh? There you are. Finally. Then then Asta creates some things. No, not he would no. He wouldn't say that. He was just said you're dead. As yeah, I already said that, but he said that. But yeah, as look at the specimen, so there you are. Finally, huh? Get to kill you all. And send it to where I sent those ice midges. As then the all would realize that who Asta was, as they thought this is bad news, as they were warned by Licht by him. They were warned by Licht to not mess with him if they ever meet him, just retreat immediately. Valdos tries to create a portal around all of them. Astis throws like crazy volcanoes around the portals and spits lava in them. So he would had to close the portals. Then also go towards the flies towards the mages, blitzes towards the mages, opens grimoire, takes out his swords and throws them back. All in the bunch. Then he just decides to leave them there. Said, leave now. He looks at the spacer mage. Said, leave now. He felt us like, say, thank you for letting us go. He said, Asta said, don't you dare thank me again. He says quietly as they leave. Then he flies back to where Noelle is and asks if she's hurt or anything. She said no. Then she looks at him and said, can you heal him? He said, why would I? She said, because I want you to. He was say, fine. Then he just said, healing volcano. As Volcano, as he would say, create a volcano now. As Leopold said, you're gonna kill it. As then Noelle just slaps and said, no. This is what used to heal me back then. He just said that as he didn't use it as much as he did on Noelle, he said that is as much as I can want to do. I don't expect me to just show, because I see, just because of who you are, you can't order me around all the time. This is the max I will do for him. He don't deserve more. Then he spits on the ground, spits on the ground. Looks at the stone that there is gone, said, looks like something's missing on him. They got the stone. No, he would think like, looks like got a stone, huh? Then he just leaves the place. No, he wouldn't leave, he just hover over the capital. As now we switch back to where the whisking is, the fight with Licht and all that went the same as in canon. But he won't save Asta from it, because Asta isn't there. At all. Because, yeah, he didn't get captured at all. Really. As the seats, the mages just appear in a hurry. He would see the mages appear, so wait, no, he wouldn't hide under the sense that the mages appeared and they were scared. As they tried to just run away now, as then he appears, like, hello there. And like, crap, not two troubles in one day. Well, at least this one you might be able to handle. Kinda, as then they was try to battle the whisking hairstars and kills two of them. As the fight goes the same as when Parker appears and all that, so yeah. I'll be as Whisker will be surprised by the light and all that, so the fight will go the same as in canon. Switch back to the capital where now the Whisking appears with the prisoner. As he will, let's say that he just appears after Asta starts to fly up. As we will see Asta flying up, and us sees Figolian down on the ground, now in a healing bed. Because yeah, he was taking to the healing bed and all that. Then we just look at Noelle and said, like, what he said, he helped him a little bit because of what I asked him to. Here, let's look at her and say, like, looks like you might be the only one to ever be able to speak to him, really. Then she just kind of says, maybe. Then she says, well, gotta go now, I can't do anything for him. She straight up leaves now, to the Black was hideout, as she would have sensed that Asta's mother is pulsating. She would have sensed Asta's allow her to like sense his mana now. She would have sensed it pulsating and following her around to make sure she was safe. As when they were out in the woods, she would have, well, Fina would open a portal for her, but she said no, I'm going home, back. It takes. She would be like, are you sure? He said yes, I'm sure of it. She just looks at him. He's like, okay. Then he tells Yami this, and Yami says, it's fine. Nothing will hurt her, really. Then everything, like, not when he's around. Then when she's right in the middle of the forest, she kind of sits down. As she knew what will happen, Asta flies down. He would just look at her and be like, kind of sniff in the air, be like, I said, so why did you want me to come down? She says, I want answers. He asked me, what answers? Then she would ask straight up, why do you always save me? Why do you always protect me? He says, calm down. There was too many questions at once. For a reason, but I always have the same answer. Because it's you. You remind me of someone. Then let's get the flashback of the tears. No, when he falls down to the volcano. He will see someone. Said, I think I saw you that day. You're so beautiful. If he would say that, like, you're the one that I care about, you're the only one that seems not to judge me because of who I am. You're not the one that seems to be scared of me, really. You're the only one that have accepted me for who I am, who I might be. Without knowing who I am, just accept me immediately. She'd be like, wow. Then Osmus flies up, and then she would ask, "What are you gonna do?" He says, "Wait a minute." Then he flies into the forest, and then he comes back, dragging a bear. He said, "This one was about to attack us." Then she's like, "Okay, thanks, I guess." And then they continue talking for a while. Asta tells her about everything, about his past or everything. He talks about her and why he always protects her and all that. No, he would say that because she's like accepted him. She's like, "I have just a feeling about you. Something tells me that I have to protect you no matter what." Then she would kind of blush and all that. Then also be like, "Well, can't stay here forever. Besides, you should probably get back to your hideout." As he clenches his fist, and he clenches his fist, like, "You should probably get back to them." As she sees that he clenches his fist, like hard, as he gets white. She wondered why, but she didn't ask. Because she would kinda knew already that he hated Merrick Knights for some reason. She just flew away. She asked him to grab her and was like, "I can get you there." She like, "What?" She be red in the face, but said, "Thanks." Then he flies her to the base as the Jan would just look out the window and see him. But before he could do anything, like react, before he could see much of it, he just sensed his key coming. No, his mana coming. But before he could look at a window, Osmus created like a volcano out there and just make steam through the window so they wouldn't be able to see anything. Then he just lets her down, and then he just decides to settle down in the forest on the roof of the Blackwell's, fly on around the Blackwell's hideout and settle in the mountains near there in a cave. Settle this place down so you can guard Noelle more. As Asta said, I will be in that cave if you need me. And then he just looked at us Noelle and with a straight and serious face said, "Don't tell anyone that I am here." She swallows and said, "Of course not." Then she walks in. They wonder how she got there so fast. She said, "I got help by someone." Yami knew who it was, but he didn't say anything, because he knew the warning that Asta gave him that was not to speak of him. And then he will sense his Asta's mana disappearing, disappeared completely. I'm like, huh? Then you think like, so he might have learned to, but then we'll go out and then was open the window and snatched his key still. So like maybe shut down his, maybe he's hiding his mana. As Asta would still be in the cave now, waiting, like sleeping at Astano. On the weekend, Noelle would just be there, go to the cave. As she says to her others that, "I'm just gonna go out for a walk." They'd be like, "Okay, be careful." She says, "Of course." As Yami knew that nothing will happen to her, really, because of who protects her and all that, so yeah. She walks to the cave, decides to go talk to Asta. Asta is kind of sleeping, so she sees this and just waits outside. When Asta wakes up, she's like, "Oh, sorry about that." She's like, "It's okay." As he always has his wings out, he flies out to her, sits down next to her, and they decide to talk about some stuff. Then Asta decides to, as she tells him about the squad and how they are and all that, he's like, "That's how American Night Squad I saw." And she clenches his fist. As she realized that he said something not infuriated him, she's like, "What, is something wrong?" He said, "No, nothing is wrong at all." Then I said, "I guess it's time for you to leave now." No, then she says, "You should probably get back by now." I said, "Yes, I want to get you back there. As she walks, she would sense that he is sad, but still furious as well. And then she thinks like said that how should I ask the Yami about this, because she knew that Yami knew something that everyone knew that Asta protects Noelle. And she would ask what, but so whenever she's like when he sees the American Knights rubbing his fist, she just starts to ask Yam why he's so fierce with the American Knights. As when she gets back to the base, she tells Yam that I want to ask you something. He said, what? Then she says, it's about Asta. He'll be like in shock. It's like, what about him? Then she says, why does he hate American Knights? Yam would say like, that's none of your. She said, why? Tell me now. Yam would be thrown back by this like direct demand. It was like, calm down, calm down. He said, she said, I won't calm down until you tell me why. She thinks, says that why do I feel like you're hiding something from me? She says, calm down, I will tell you everything. As he says, it started a month ago. That's a month ago when the American entry exam was. That kid, Asta, was there. Yes, he was able to fly, and easily with his wings. He didn't get the instant he couldn't do anything in the other magics. And she'd say, what? Or at least he didn't do anything at all. At others. We think that he might have haven't unlocked his magic yet, as the stories left of him, the rumors of him have said when he was stuck here. He didn't unlock his magic when he was 6. He unlocked it after the medic N6 exam. It's like, so no squad did, so why does he hate the medic knights? If he took the entry exam, he said because no one wanted him. I didn't even want him. I didn't see any potential in him at all. Even though we all could sense his immense mana. And that infuriated him, and then he was clenching fists that we failed. He got furious and created that volcano melted down the arena. He's like, wait, that's him? He did that? He said, yes, that's why everyone is so scared of him. And when they see him coming, everyone calms down immediately. Doesn't say anything about anything. They don't say anything. When he's around, I say he is too. That's why. The story of everything. But something happened. And he straight up left the capital while he tried to get into Medic Knights. As he then said, you only want me so I won't destroy the capital. As he then left the capital and leave it be. He seemed like, okay, thanks for telling me. Jan said, no problem. It seems that you're the one that should know since you're the one that he protects the most. You're the only thing that he might even care about in this world. Then he says, if something ever were happen to you, he would never think of us Medic Knights. Everything would be doomed. He would destroy us all. As you just say, like, might be, might not be. She kinda smiles. And then she just walks to her room now, kinda writes a letter back home, as she says to Noelle, I know why now. I know why he hates us, the Medic Knights. As she just decides to tell Noelle about that, so he won't feel the guilt or anything that he has to tell her later on. That's kinda his and the other captain's fault that he is as he is. So yeah, as now, it's the next day it's the Sunday of that weekend. She walks to where Asta is, but she won't find him there. As it's the letter said, I'm going on a trip. He said, I'm not home for now. I'm doing something else. She be like, okay. Then she left something for him there. A present for him. Just to be nice towards him. So like, thanks for saving me all those times. Then she walks away. So then Asta gets home and sees the present, open it and see that it's beautiful as it would be a necklace from her that she bought for him in secret. And she just take it on. As it was simply as he was filled with like the cold chain around his neck and all that. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. Then she realizes that he has to thank her. As he puts out his mana bar sends out its mana waves. As Noelle sensed this and like, huh? He's already home. And she was about halfway back. Then she walks back towards Asta's cave is. Until she stayed like a quarter away, like a quarter of the distance from Asta's, like not too long, like a couple of meters, 10 meters into the forest after Asta's cave. As Asta goes to her, so then just comes behind her, stopping Smerix like, hug. He said, thank you for the necklace. He said, it's okay, it's nothing really. I just wanted to thank you for everything every time you saved me. He said, really? He said a smile, showed a smile. He would smile and say, thank you, I'm really grateful for this. No one has ever gifted me anything. He looks down. But still thank you. They said, it's okay. Then I said, well, guess you should go now, they're getting word back there. She was like, what? How? I said, it's my mana, I sense everything that's happening around here. Though, I guess I'll be following you this time around. At least I should kinda look at them and expect them more. No, he wouldn't like say that. He was yeah. Now the weeks would go by. Noelle would visit Asta a couple of times, almost all the weekends. And then they would end up going on some dates like in secret, as Asta have some disguises on him so no one would recognize him. Then it would end up when Asta sneaks up into the Blackbill's hideout base, into Noelle's room, waiting for her. After she like went down a lot, so she knew that Asta was there. As for the next day, when they woke up, everyone woke up after Noelle would then go back to talk to Asta in her room. As he was kind of almost sleeping, he had like folded in his wings and taken them back in the Stoke's body. He would just talk to her. As then the next morning, it will be a little bit of a like troublesome morning, as Yami had a feeling that something wasn't right. Someone was here that shouldn't be here, in space. As then, when everyone eats breakfast and all that, they just wonder where Noelle is. Then, later on, they was take a later of the day. As Noelle and Asta talks, Asta decides to, I guess I can accept them a little bit just for now. Then Noelle gets just stressed, kinda. Then Asta grabs her, puts her on his shoulder, and walks down. Like opens the door and walks down. But she would just hold her hand, not carrying her. As the Black Bulls would see him, Yum would see him like, is kinda scared of, thrown back a little bit. Then he whispers to the others like, when he senses Asta's mana in there, he'll be like, crap, he's the one here. This is everyone like, everyone, calm down. Don't whatever you do, don't do anything rash. Then his dear Asta voice said, "It's fine. I've sensed everything you do in this house with my mana. I'm used to it by now. After all, I've watched over this place for months. Months now." To be like shocked by this and all that, so yeah. As you will see Asta walking down. As then decides to like hide their robe at least. Asta said, "The only thing I don't like." He points at then the only thing I really hate about this place is then he looks at Yami. Yami like as then Yami just leaves. Said, "I gotta go to the bath." Asta like, "That's right. Run." He kinda whispers, so no one else would hear us, not even Noelle. As he just lets her down. Asta activates his wings now. Like, puts them out. They just eat breakfast now. Well, Noelle eats breakfast. Asta said, "I don't need breakfast." Then Noelle said, "You should try this, it's really delicious." And she just takes something off her plate and tastes it. It's like, yeah, maybe it is. The charm said, "Do you want more, Mr. She said, "You can just call me Asta." And then he looks at her like, yes. She agrees more immediately, because she's kinda scared of Asta. She just wants to please him. Asta eats all up and then says, "Time for me to go." Well, at least it was a wonderful night tonight, Noelle. She's like, you can come back whenever you want." Asta then straight up leaves, but before the leave said, "Oh yeah, tell your captain I rigged the toilet." I said, "Oh yeah, and tell that toilet freak that way if I ever come back here, I don't want to see his face around." No, I would say, "Oh yeah, tell the captain I'll leave a present for him outside." They'd be like, "Huh?" They just tell the Yama when he comes back from the toilet. Said it. They say, "Oh, he's gone now." He said, "Yes." I said that though he said he left the present outside for you. He said Yama will be suspicious about this. Wonder what did he leave outside? Then just open the door, and he gets immediately hit by let's say that he gets immediately hit by a volcano. Not get burned or anything. He just get hit by a volcano. He'll see a volcano outside that Asta created. He'd be scared about crap. He closes the door immediately. As he would be scared now. Look, as the of the world see it, everyone will see his scared face. The fuck? What was that? It's like, whatever you do, don't go outside. Don't open the door. Then the window will break. As they will see that something's coming from the window, and then the window will break. A hand reaches in and grabs Yami, takes him out. As Asta said, "Like my present." So I'm so like, yeah. Asta like, "Then why are you hiding?" As he drops Yami next to the volcano. Just to make him a little bit scared. Then Asta activates the volcano as it kinda erupts. As then Yami would see that it's burned toilet papers. Toilet papers that is burned. Erupting from it. Asta like, "That's what you think. That's what you get. Worthless piece of shit." Then just leaves the place. After that, as Yama would be kinda scared about him now that he knew about his love for toilet, that he's raised with the toilet and all that. As Yama got mad about someone just burned toilet paper like this. Then we see that all the toilet papers was burned like this, and it touches them, they would just disperse. No, they would disperse. They would just get destroyed, annihilated. Yama would be like, "Oh crap." Yeah, so that's how it kinda goes. As then, we skip ahead like 2 months. No, a week later, as Noelle is on it's the mixer thing, like, kinda happens. Asta won't be on the mixer at all, but he will be in the city, because Noelle is there. They are kinda on a date there, and still sleeps in a motel. Then Asta would sense that the kids get disappeared, and said, wakes up Noelle, said, call the medic knights if you want. He said, there's trouble, stay here. Protect everyone else in the village, I gotta go do something now. She'll be like, where are you going? He says, as I said, I need to do something now. As if opens the window and flies out with his wings. As he already was dressed. He was dressed quickly. Then flies towards the cave as he sees Gauche. I'm like, huh. Then he flies faster and goes to the cave where all the children is. Let's say that those mages didn't hear about the rumors about Asta at all. They thought that he was just some weird kid with the wings of his magic. Then Asta grabs the kid up, takes them out. But first he gets the spell out of all of them. As the mages would be surprised by this and huh? How did he do this? Then Asta grabs the kid and flies them out. Then he decides to look at them so that you kidnapping children takes their magic. You'll pay. Then he just instantly blisters towards the guys. As the snow mage gets almost knocked out immediately, the mud mage tries to put up at least a fight. As when Gosh arrives, he would see that Marie's in the middle of everyone. Kinda like, not on the wet ground or anything. She kinda has everyone has a blanket, but Marie has more blankets. He'll be like, huh? Then Marie would just look at him and say, Asta did this. He is the other guy with the wings saved me and did this to me. And gave me all those blankets. He'll be like, huh? Then she said, also he told me to tell a message to you. He said, don't go into that cave. Leave him alone. He'll be like, huh? Like, oh well. He would say, at least Marie's safe. He sits down with the children and talks to Marie. As the nun would allow appearance, check if anyone needs trouble or healing, but they won't need healing at all. She's like, impressive, huh? As she would have heard rumors about Asta. As now, Gosh would say, she would try to get hid into the cave. He said, no, you shouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I were you. She would look at him and say, why? He says, because he is in there, with a tone that she knew what it meant, that Asta is in that cave. Fighting. As she would just hear the fighting and erupting volcanoes. As the Mudmage now got knocked out too. As he is still called Sally there. As she would see Asta. Like, why the hell did he call me here? Then I said, Varos, open a portal now. I need to get back. As he said, Vatos, open a portal now. I need to get back immediately. Vatos were like, what? He said, yes, now, quickly. But before she could do that, as the communication broke between them, she would just get knocked out and burned by Asta in his fury. Then Vatos would realize what happened and told Liquid about it. He said, fine, I'll go there to see what it is. He decided to, no, I want to go there alone. He said, prepare the third eye. As the third eye comes, he said, here we are. Like, time to go on a first time to do your debut. They'd be like, finally. As they get teleported now to the place where Sally was knocked out, burned. As she was being stomped on by Asta, kicked in the stomach and all that. Oh yeah, and the Mud Mage is dead. The Snow Mage gets thrown out by the cave by Asta. As then he looks then he stomps and kicks Sally. Then he senses that a portal open appears and he looks at them. Throws Sally into the wall. As Valtos opens a portal and gets her back to the base immediately for healing. Then Asta looks at him like, and who were you? Her boss, or friends? as Lich would see him like from back and kind of stumble back. It's like it can't be. I was like scared, huh? His opens like one of his one of his eyebrows raises like a question thing. I'm like, yes, I'm scared. I admit it. I'm scared of you. As Raya and Vero and Fauna wouldn't know who he is because they were in solitude, kind of. Like, who is this? As well, they would have heard the rumors about Asta, but they wouldn't know how we look or anything. And then we say, who's this? Like we say, it's him. It's him. It's like, huh? So yeah, guess we can take him on then. Like we said, you have to work together now. And like we said, as then Asta splaces towards Leek and hurts him badly and knocks him to the ground. As hurts and stomps and burns him. Then he turns his attention to the others and says like, that should at least give you some motivation to fight. So the fight might be interesting for once. They'd be like, you're gonna regret this. I was like, oh yeah. Then it creates a volcano. I was about to destroy Licht, as they grab Licht, and Rai creates an open portal, gets Vatos and Licht out of there. And the fight now starts. Asta dodges everything, and the medic attacks that comes towards him, they Asta would just burn, like evaporate, no, just burn them because of the heat from his volcanoes. As Raya tried to copy his magic, Asta said, no good, you can't touch my grimoire, huh? I see Black, where's his grimoire? And then as Asta had like volcanoes around on his body to like protect him, he said, one of these. I said, you won't touch my grimoire, huh? You won't be able to touch it, you won't be able to find it. Raya would be mad about this because he knew that this medic was pretty strong if it took down Licht that fast. As the fight begins, as Noelle was called back from the medic knights. As they arrived, but then before they got there, as she said, but stand back, regroup in the village. The black, why? She says, because he is here fighting them already. The black understand why, because they knew that if Asta got mad and saw the captains, as they knew what Asta did to Yami, that he destroyed the thing that he shares the most, kinda. And there was a lot of toilet paper that he destroyed. Yeah, they didn't want to experience that at all. As Asta described it, kind of like a letter to Noelle about that prank, and said that was the mildest I will ever go on a captain again if I ever see their faces. Unless it's under my terms. And unless you are there. No, he wants to describe that on the letter, he would say unless on my terms. As the fight then begins. Well, the fight continues there. As they be in disadvantage, then Asta sends the medic knight captains. He said, tell Noelle to tell them to come here. I will leave, not take my leave. He straight up lifts them and leaves them. Said, you're weak. As then he just throws a volcano, like each on one volcano rock, like so they get knocked out and knocked back, or really hurt, badly hurt. As he said, this should at least give you some handicap so you can at least fight. So I know that you're stronger than the captains, but still, you're so much more weaker than me. At least put up a fight against them. I'll just be watching. No, he wouldn't say that he has knocked them out. All cold. As he leaves them, told no, you can call the captains now. I'll take my leave. She's like, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure of it. As then when the captains gets there, Ryan and the others was kind of woke up for the moment, like really bad. It's like, that guy is, who the hell is he? How is he so goddamn strong? Then we see the captains coming there as the captains tried to attack. The battle would begin now between them. Then they was retreat immediately because they were too injured to fight. Like, yeah, I would think like kinda be scared now and be freezing because of the fear of Asta is near. But then he would hear Asta's voice echoing through the tunnel that Asta created. As they saw that burn through the tunnel on that, he said, don't be scared, I will leave you alone for this time. Then he drops lava through the cave, for the, the cave they created. No, the tunnel, as he said, but now you have to leave this cave. Elf gonna fill us with lava. I was like, yeah, we definitely gotta leave, as they all runs out of the cave. Still like, As the kids and all were surprised that American Knight kept us was running, scared. Then it was let's see that they had an earth mage, something that blocked the entrance to the cave, or like made no us would make the cave like crumble too much, so he just created the lava rising slowly. As the cave would get filled, the tunnel would still be there. As some of the lava would kind of flow down, but stop before it get hurt anyone. As it immediately come down to a stone. Then Asta would leave, as they would see Asta taking up. What they thought was probably be Asta, because they saw a black silhouette just rising up and flying away. But before he left, he just dived down to the town and grabbed someone, and then just left, as Yam said it. So, the Solberg, so is she here in town? Was Noelle here in town? He said, Yam said, yeah, she was. Yeah, Noelle said, so who was that he grabbed? He said, yeah, probably Noelle. Noelle would be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna leave him alone. Even though she's my sister, care about her, I don't want to mess with him. Yam would be like, yeah, about that, as he tells them about the experience. Because they didn't know that Asta was found in their base. In the same room as Noelle, or as Noelle would be like, what? It's like, yeah. As the story was told now, as they would like, what, be surprised by this, but not really. But there seems still that he hates all medic knights, except for her. As he'll be like, okay. As now switch back to Asta's Noelle's perspective. She is standing on the town fields and wondering where Asta went. When something is she sends something sweeping down. She gets grabbed up, and then she just gets grabbed. She gets then she's instantly in the air again, flying towards the Black Bull's hideout. She was wondering who this said, let me down. Then she hears a voice said, now why would I let you down? You will only get hurt. She'll be like, oh, it's you, Asta. And then she kinda calms down. I said, yes, it's me. She's like, yeah, sorry about that. She said, it's okay. It's really nothing, he says. And then, what should I say now? As they went back to Blackbull's they went back to the hideout, kinda. As they went to Noel's room, kinda spending the night together there. As Yam got back, I told them to, whatever they do, don't. As they said, is Noelle home? Said, yes, we don't know. We think she is. We just thought us trying to win, guys, so yeah. Yum said, oh yeah, whatever you do, don't bother her at all. They were like, why? He said, because Asta's probably rampaging now. Would rampage if it wasn't for her. He might even destroy the hideout if it wasn't for her at all. They were like, scared and said, okay, we will leave her alone. We definitely will leave her alone. And now, it's the next morning. You know, as, yeah, there's kind of talk as Noelle and Asta was the one that Asta was sleeping in her room still, so she just walked down and eat breakfast. She had toast. Darren was seen as like, hi, like, morning. Then she grabs some stuff like on the plate, like a lot of stuff on a plate, and just walks, takes it to her room. Kind of eating it there and waiting for Asta to wake up because she prepared a plate for him too, with all her favorites. As Asta said that I'll eat anything that you like. As when he wakes up, Noel was gonna stroke his hair, wings and all that. She was look at the wings, amazed, and touch them because she had not done that yet. As Asta felt this, woke up at this, all that, as he was felt this, and just let her do that. Then he would shake his wings kinda, acting like he's sleeping, as some feathers would like fall down. She's like, huh? Then asked her, she wondered what happened. I said, those are for you. You can keep those feathers. She's like, what does that mean your wings won't? He said, they will grow back. As he takes back his wings now and then attracts them again. As she sees that the wings, the feathers that was in her hand would stay, and the wings that where the feathers were left off, fell off, they would have grown back, and new ones. I said they grow back. She'd be like, okay. Then I said, so did you bring anything? She said, yes, here you are, Asta. So he would be like, oh, thanks. Then I start to eat, talking to her a little bit, all that. She would ask, but if you spend so much time here, why don't you? Asta looks at her like, said, don't say that's a stand shoulder. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't really start. I said something stupid. Said it's okay, but don't talk about that again. You goddamn know well. Why? I hate the magic knights, except for you. I hate all the captains. Spoiler alert, he might join the Black Bulls later on. As he says that I hate magic knights. And this is where I'll be ending off this what if. I don't know if you're hearing that in the background, but there's some freaking cooking machine going on here. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now at my home. Sorry for that, for swearing all that, but yeah. And we had like yeah, I don't know what my girlfriend is doing, cooking or preparing now. I don't know any of those machines. But she's doing something, so that's at least I'm happy about that. She has her fun while I'm recording my video in the morning, talking for 2 hours. Oh, yeah. Hey, sorry about that, honey. Yeah, I'm coming soon to eat breakfast. Yeah, I'm coming soon. I promise. I'm almost done. Sorry about that. My girlfriend just came and looked at me furious. Like she's done it a couple of times in the video. I just ignore, but now she's too mad to ignore. She wants to eat breakfast now. So yeah, sorry about that. I said this was where I'll end this what if off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, click that bell. Please like and subscribe, click that bell to be notified whenever I upload a new what if video. And yeah, that's all from me. Stay safe. Peace out. Now I gotta go eat breakfast. But bye.